Most of us believe we understand the full extent of what the ocean hides within its massive expanse, but sometimes certain discoveries leave everyone wondering just how much of the ocean life we really know. Take a look at this video. Whoever was in that video appears to be pulling out an extremely weird-looking creature. Cover up by the wet sound of the beach, the creature appears to look like a weird mixture of an octopus, a squid, and some paranormal alien life. Although this could be just another ocean life, scientists actually do believe that we only know 5% of the ocean life, so there are still a very large number of ocean creatures that we are still yet to identify. If you know anything about what that creature could be, share it in the comments below. This next video shows the moment paranormal astronomical activity was captured over the night sky of a particular city. Do you believe in UFOs and alien activities across our galaxy? Take a look at this clip and make up your mind about what you think. The bright streak of light appears to look like a planetary body, an asteroid, and a flying object all at once. It didn't take long for it to vanish into space, but it gave whoever recorded the moment the time to capture a huge deal of information on this flying object. Could this be a fake? Or is this yet again another piece of evidence of alien technology right in our faces? Another striking thing about this strange object is just how fast and coordinated it was while gliding through space. I don't know about you, but this, to me, is evidence of a technology that supersedes what we have here on Earth. And And if humanity is going to stand a chance against alien life, there is a need for us to get prepared against any possible alien invasion. Since the invention of the CCTV camera, a lot of weird things have been recorded, and in this next video, we are going to be looking at one of the most creepy things that was caught under the radar of a CCTV camera. The footage would send shivers down your spine. The CCTV footage shows the moment an inhuman creature was caught lurking in the shadows right behind the bushes over the fence of the house in the video. Whatever that creature was, it didn't want to be seen and did its best to make sure it avoided the full glare of the security camera. This raises the question of how this creature was able to tell that it was being recorded. Could we actually be witnessing evidence for extraterrestrial life? Just how much more footage of subhuman life has been captured by security cameras over the years? If you have any idea of what exactly was being recorded, make sure you leave it in the comments, because whatever that thing was, it didn't sound human. Do you believe that death takes a physical form? Well, in this clip recorded from the security camera of a hospital, a nurse noticed the most scary things ever. The security footage shows a shadow figure of a boy standing so close to the bedside of a patient, a boy who just finished undergoing surgery. The nurse at first believed the shadow to be the boy who probably had gotten up and was confused, but on close observation, it became obvious that that shadow was not the child who went through surgery. Do you believe in the existence of the harbinger of death? Could this be the border between life and death, and the representation of death came around to make his journey easier? Throughout history, people have made reports about seeing the representation of death during life-threatening situations. Could this be what most of those people were referring to? Do you know anyone who had an experience like this? If you have, be sure to leave it in the comments. Nature can be more bizarre and scarier than any paranormal activity. Take a look at this frog. Its unusual anatomy will leave you scared.
Right, check this frog out. Here we are in Pahoa, Hawaii. And it's not your average frog. It's kind of missing a face. Still alive somehow. No one knows how it eats. Maybe the bugs just land in its mouth and it swallows them. It's pretty gross, huh?
This bullfrog has the most inconvenient body morphology. It's missing a face. Just as the guy said in the video, nobody knows how he eats. But one thing is clear, that's no ordinary frog. He has some very unusual mutation, or it's the product of some high-class experiment. I've never heard of a frog with no face before. Where does its brain stay? What about its eyes and mouth? How is this even possible? What sort of mutation is this that a frog can survive without having an entire face? Sometimes some of the creatures that exist in our wildlife could beat the imagination of what we define as bizarre. I don't know about you, but I wouldn't want to run into the faceless frog in the middle of the jungle. That's worse than any nightmare. If you still have any doubts about the existence of UFOs, this new evidence will leave you shocked. Take a look at this clip taken by pilots from the deck overlooking the South China Sea.
I don't know what that is. That is some weird shit.
California 2735, which means 120, decimal 7, good day.
Which means 120.7, good day, Marina 2735.
That's something flying. Gone.
This overwhelming piece of material is more than evidence for the existence of UFOs. Take a look at how synchronized the movement of these flying objects is. It is obvious that this is a piece of alien technology. In fact, the beam of light coming from each of these flying objects is clearly not something that is native to human technology. This obviously looks like something from outer space, but regardless, everyone is entitled to their own opinion. Let us know in the comments if you have a more scientific explanation for what those flying objects were. Have you ever witnessed a shelf cloud? This majestic-looking natural phenomenon looks like something straight out of a fairy tale movie. Take a look. These beautiful clouds are said to only appear close to mountain edges, and one has to be high up the hills to come real close to these beautiful-looking clouds. A huge risk for anyone scared of heights, but it shouldn't be too much of a sacrifice, as I wouldn't mind putting it all on the line to come face-to-face with one of these. Also, one more thing, shelf clouds form around areas where thunderstorms are about to occur, so despite how pretty they look, it would be smart to take a few pictures and get as far away as possible from these beauties. Still on weird creatures found at the beach, take a look at another recording of unusual wildlife taken at the sea's shore. The creature appears to have the look of a mutated seal or sea lion, and its face either looks grotesque or probably was as a result of getting attacked by something, because there has to be a reason why such a creature would look so unusually hideous. On closer observation, we see a fly perched on its back, and it looked like the insect was frozen on the very spot where it landed. Has anyone come across this sort of creature before? Could it be a mutated seal, like the faceless frog? And if it is, what could be the reason behind the mutation of Earth's wildlife? Is there a secret experimentation going on? One thing is certain. If wildlife is being experimented on, the next test subjects have always historically been humans. Let's just hope that is not the case. This next video is both hilarious and confusing to watch.
Wait, is that a duck's head? Why is it not moving? It's quite odd how... Oh.
At first, it looks like we are looking at the unusual head of a dog hanging from the roof. This on its own raises a lot of questions. What is the severed head of a canine doing all on its own on top of a roof? But just when we could conclude on a lot of conspiracy theories, the dog suddenly moves, and it's only then we realize that it's just a cat, standing in an awkward position. The fact that it's only a cat is a big relief, because if that had turned out to be the head of a dog, it would have made the situation a lot more sinister. So guys, has your dog ever shocked you before? And how did you react? Drop your experience in the comments section. Brace yourselves, people, because I don't think you are ready to witness the content of this next video. We have all seen mutated creatures once or twice, but this right here takes the crown in being completely out of this world. Who would have come up with the idea to cross a chicken with a crab? The movement of this weird animal looks quite functional, but it doesn't excuse the fact that this looks so wrong. Maybe it's time scientists are banned from undertaking such abominable mixture of wildlife. But then again, I may just be overreacting, as this video could be fake. I don't know. Guys, do you think this looks authentic enough? The anatomy of a chicken and crab is way too different in my opinion for them to be merged successfully. Unless this whole thing took place on its own own without human influence, you know nature is way more bizarre than any experiment. If you are not convinced about the existence of space vehicles, sit tight and brace up because this video is going to clear every doubt you ever had.
Mirá. Alta luz, Están viendo lucecitas allá adelante. Mirá, en el video se ve zarpado, buenísimo. Es un ovni, Mirá. Alta luz, Están viendo lucecitas allá adelante. Mirá, en el video se ve zarpado, buenísimo. Es un ovni,
The crowd of people gathered outside to take pictures and videos of what appeared to be a vehicle hanging high above the city. The two bright red light coming from this object seemed to be overlooking everything below. I've been someone who watched the stars and night skies, and I would say I have never seen anything like that. But seriously, if this vehicle turns out to be a spaceship belonging to aliens, shouldn't we be worried? There really is no guarantee that any extraterrestrial life outside of the Earth would be friendly to we humans, and take a look at the way everyone is fascinated by the object with no care for their own safety. In my opinion, the survival instinct of those who took pictures of this flying object needs some serious work. Do you believe in ghosts? Do you believe in the ability of spirits to take control of objects? Be sure to watch this video first before you make any conclusion on your stand. I don't know what just happened, but it is obvious that the ladder was moving on its own. Its coordinated movement seemed like it was being controlled by a person, and what's even funnier is the fact that everyone around seemed okay with this extremely weird occurrence. If I were standing close to a walking ladder, I would be freaked out, unless I, for one, knew the reason behind this unusual activity. Could this be the product of some weird voodoo? Drop your comments on what you think is an explanation to this. Finally, we have this scary moment where a man and a woman ran into a child in the woods.
Ô, Drayton, o que é isso ali? É um menino, é? Era um menininho, Drayton. Olha, Drayton, tá gritando. Misericórdia, Drayton. Corre, Drayton. Oxite, uma hora dessa ali, tu viu? Misericórdia, Drayton. Oxente. Bem miudinho, bicho. Será que era menino mesmo?
Vai lá olhar, tu vai.
Quem? Vou nada, bora lá, morreu? Nós passa por perto lá pra ver. Oxe, como é que pode? Sozinho? E chorou, não foi? Olha, eu tava doida. Ei, bicho, chega, minha cabeça tá doendo, pô. Ui. Minha cabeça tá doendo. Tu é doida, é? Tá lá. Oxente. E foi pro lado da onde, pô? Gritou, não foi? Tem como entrar pra aí, não. É mato fechado, ó. Tu não vai mais não fazer os vídeos, não é?
Que vídeo?
Bora descer, homem.
Aí tu não viu isso não, é?
Vi.
Aí quem é doido?
Ó. Não tinha como não, pô, entrar pra ali, não. Mas, olha, o chororô, olha. Eu vou ficar aqui, sai conversa, simbora. E o vídeo?
Que vídeo?
Nós não vai lá embaixo, não.
Pô, nada.
Bora, Drayton.
Mas tu, poxa, tu não viu isso não, olha? Esse tamanho assim.
Bem miudinho mesmo. Agora sozinho.
Aí, e quem já viu?
Bem miudinho.
Menino pequeno andando uma hora dessa.
Sim, sozinho. E como era que ia entrar ali dentro? Tudo fechado. O mato fechado daquele. Não.
É bom tu ir lá.
Quem? Vá você! Ah, pô, também não vou não, vou embora.
The kid appeared from nowhere and immediately disappeared. Telling by how the child wasn't afraid of being alone, it is obvious that that is no ordinary kid. Even the man who wanted to help knew when to run when it became obvious that the kid could vanish at will. What do you think that child was? In my opinion, that is possibly a spirit of the forest manifested in a child, and it is a good thing those people left it alone. It's not such a good idea to bother a 1,000-year-old forest spirit just because he looks like a cute little kid.